Good morning. Top of the morning. I'm gonna wait for some more people to come in this morning. And if you're coming by this video after it has posted, if this message finds you and it resonates with you, type restore in the comments. Good morning. Top of the morning. Top of the morning, Tashika. How are you? Good morning, Melissa. Good morning. Good morning. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Just three of us in here, but that's okay. Listen, I've been through so much in life. I've dealt with so much, and sometimes, I feel like, I'm not worthy, or I feel like I've messed up so much to where how can God use me? And maybe you feel like that too. But have you ever felt like you messed up so much that literally, even the thought of God using you is kind of cringy, you know? Or maybe you just looked at your life and was like, there's no way I can ever get back what I've lost. But I'm here to tell you this morning, as I was reading my Bible this morning, I went to 2 Kings chapter 14, and I read verses 15 through 29. And it talks about God's compassion. And I didn't understand it when I first was reading it, but it was letting me know that his compassion, he restores everything that I thought was gone, or everything you thought was gone. He's going to restore everything. Um, God's compassion is bigger than our flaws. We have to remember that no matter what our ailments are, whatever our flaws are, God's compassion is so much bigger than that. So much. You may be an addict. You may be a whoremonger. Whatever it is that you may be a thief, but God's compassion is so much bigger, and he still can use you. Um, I was reminded that if I fall short, God's compassion would definitely find me. His compassion would, if you fall short, his compassion will definitely find you. We wasn't put here to be perfect. God knew that. Good morning. God knew that. He knew we wasn't perfect. He knew we was going to make mistakes. He knew that we was going to have a lot of flaws in our life. But in all of that, he still said, but I still can use you. I'm still going to use you through all of that. 2 Kings 14, Jeroboam wasn't faithful to God, but God still had compassion on his people. He wasn't looking at Jeroboam's unfaithfulness. He was looking at the people. So he still let him reign over the people for over 14 years because he had compassion. God had compassion for his people. And the same for us today. So in essence, what I'm saying this morning is no matter where you feel like you fell short, what you feel like you've lost, God's compassion will restore. God's compassion will find you where you are. He will restore everything that you've lost and then some. So if this resonates with you, put a restore in the comments. Let me know that this is resonating with you. And I'm reading my notes while I'm talking to you guys too, because I hate being all over the place when I'm talking. I'll get better. Don't worry about it. But at the end of the day, God can restore your joy, your peace, your confidence, and whatever you thought was gone forever. He can restore all of that. And I am a witness for that. At one point in my life, I never thought that I would smile again. Heck, every time y'all see me, I'm smiling and dancing. But there was one point in my life I wasn't doing that. There was one point in my life I always had a frown right here. And I never thought that I would be happy again. And I've shared this with you guys before. This lady told me, she says, listen, Veronica, she said, everything you're going through is not for you. It's to help somebody else. And I told you guys, I literally responded and said, listen, if I got to hurt this way, I don't want to help nobody. And she said, that's the wrong attitude to have. God gave you this battle because he knew you could handle it. And I think it was over, I felt like I was living in hell for 10 years. For 10 years. Honey, I wore black every day. I was sad. I didn't I was just miserable. But God found me and restored and let me tell y'all something. When he restored my joy, you or nobody else can take it away from me. So that's what I'm telling you this morning. It doesn't matter what you've lost. Know that God will find you where you are, and he will restore your joy, your peace, your happiness. What else did I write down here? Your joy, your confidence. If you lost your confidence, he'll restore that too. Because I'll be the first to tell you, honey, my self-esteem was so low. Looking crazy. But that's my story. And that's been over 30 years ago. Anytime you go through a relationship and for me, I can only say me. I went through a divorce and I found everything wrong with me. I was too tall. I was too dark. I was too skinny. I was this. I want that. I didn't have this and I didn't have that. And my self-esteem was so low. Honey, I thought everybody was beautiful but me. Every time I looked at myself, I couldn't find nothing beautiful about me. But let me tell you something. When God restored me, baby, I walk that walk, and I talk that talk. Don't play. Because when he restored, he restored. He didn't halfway restore my joy, my peace, my confidence. I'm very confident in who I am. Very confident. When I found Veronica again, I found Veronica. And if that's you in this moment, in this season of your life, though you've lost your self-esteem, you lost your joy, you lost your peace, God will restore it. And that's what he's saying in 2 Kings chapter 14, 15 through 29. He will restore it. No matter how hard it seems for you right now, he's going to restore all of that. Don't discredit yourself. See, Jeroboam was flawed, yet God used him to deliver the people. So don't count yourself out. Sometimes it's the very areas we feel imperfect that God chooses to show his strength. Do I need to repeat that? Let me repeat that for the ones that just came on here. Don't discredit yourself, because Jeroboam in 2 Kings 14, 15 through 29, he was flawed, yet God used him to deliver his people. So don't discount yourself, because sometimes it's the very areas we feel imperfect in God. We feel imperfect, and that it's those very areas we feel imperfect in that God chooses to show us his strength. Okay? I got it out. Thank you for the thumbs up. And thank you for the ones that tune in and that's watching this morning. Because today, this may not be for you, but whoever it's for, type restore in the comment section below. I appreciate you. And you know, as I was reading that, it was telling me Jeroboam, he reigned over the people for 14 years. But his story continued on through his son. So what are we saying right here? Honey, life is short, but what I build on faith will outlive me. My legacy is not about titles. It's about obedience. Right? Thank you, PGA. Thank you, Melissa. Hi, Jim. My legacy is about obedience, and that I'm doing now, it'll precede me. My legacy will live on by me being obedient. Some years from now, people are gonna pull this video up and it's gonna find whoever it needs to find. So know that God's compassion will find you in your failure. He will restore your peace, your joy, whatever you felt like you lost, God will restore all of that back to you. When you think that, even when you feel like, listen, I've started out in ministry, but I failed. I let the people down. There's no way God can use me. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. He'll find you right where you are. He knew you was going to fail when you first stepped out there. But don't let that stop you from continuing on. Look at me. Years ago, I was raised in the church. I was raised, knowing who God is and loving God for who he was. I was raised in it, but I strayed away. But God said, I'm still going to use you. I don't care what kind of hell I'm still going to use you. I'm still going to use you, Veronica. And I'm going to take that very thing that broke you and use that for your ministry. Woo! Glory be to God. Listen, God's been good to me. Listen, if y'all missed the beginning of it, y'all go back and look at it. Again, God restores what you thought was lost. And I'm going to leave on that note. So y'all be blessed and have a wonderful day. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm traveling again, so stay tuned. I want you guys to travel with me. Be blessed. Bye-bye now. God be